Good afternoon, everybody, and blessed Beltane to you, or Samhain if you're in the southern hemisphere. I was making this as part of my Beltane festivities after I thoroughly cleaned the house. It was going to be a wreath, but they didn't actually have any wreath hoops. So I'm just making another flower crown, and I've already cut myself once, so we're going to continue doing it, and I just thought I would chat while I'm making it because, you know, flowers and... Here's part of it. It's already done. Except that came off. Okay. So, let's see. I have 4 different types of flowers here. I have daffodils. Oh, I know this is larkspur. Gardenias. And, this one that I don't know. They were just pretty yellow, so I have green, white, yellow, and purple. It looked really pretty in a bouquet, so my guess is it's going to look pretty all put together like this, but we will see how that works out. And I cut myself on this little thing that's like obviously metal under this plastic piece. So that was not much fun. Dun, dun, dun. So this is probably the first Sabbath that I have kind of gone all out with. Probably one more so far this year. Just because it happens to be on a day that I have off. So I'm able to be home and actually participate in my own life, which is actually really refreshing, and I am trying to have work take a back seat to my life because being quarantined told me one thing, and that is, for some reason, I actually enjoy the company of the partner that I've chosen. Crazy, I know. So, that being said, I really just want to be home more and cook and beat cottagecore goals. Like, capitalism sucks. Anyway, let's make this as non-political as possible. I kind of want this to be the front because it has almost one of every flower. Ta-da! So we're just gonna, kind of twist this off in the back. And I love these little fake flowers because you can bend them to whatever you desire. Except for the sharp parts. And like it's never going to be perfect. And I kind of bound the last one that I made with some green yarn to make it a little smoother on those sharp edges. So, I hate that piece right there that cut me. And I was just walking along and I was like, working along, I'm sorry. Oh, there it goes. Well, that might not work. I was just working along and all of a sudden I'm like, ow. I was like, oh, it's not really a big deal. And then I look down like 5 seconds later and there's just blood everywhere. Like, oh, I guess I better get a Band-Aid. So here we are. A little festive Band-Aid to go with the season. Okay, so once we have this all laid out, like actually connected approximately the size of our head, then we just take the rest of these and kind of fill it in. Everybody already probably knows how to make a flower crown. I don't really know why I'm explaining this, I guess. I just thought it'd be nice to come in here and chat while I'm working. So here we are. Plus that, I already went and kind of got my makeup done this morning because I planned out this simple little Beltane thing And this was last night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and do nothing and be sad. That was me kicking myself in the ass. And so I was like, well, all right, tomorrow I'm making pancakes. That part I did. I made my boyfriend pancakes. And he must have had a really rough childhood because ain't nobody made him chocolate chip pancakes before. And I don't know, that was I remember my grandmother making us Mickey Mouse pancakes. And to this day, her pancakes are my favorite pancakes ever. And it's because she didn't use baking spray on the pan. She used straight up olive oil or vegetable oil. So it gets really nice and crispy. And those are my favorite pancakes ever. She used to make Mickey Mouse pancakes for us and use chocolate chips for the eyes. And then we grew up and started making our own pancakes and used a lot more chocolate chips than Grandma ever would have used. But they're way better. I accidentally overdid a little bit on chocolate the other day when I made them. I went and got some bulk chocolate chips. And then I made both of us pancakes for dinner, which that was probably not a great plan. And I put a lot of chocolate in there. Now, my boyfriend's preferred way to die is death by chocolate, so I accidentally made mine way more than his, and I was like, here you go, you want this? It's way too sweet for me. Anyhow, I made him a smiley face pancake this morning for breakfast. So we had our little breakfast, and I made some tea, and I had gone up to a neighboring city where the only place that they have a co-op in this area. And I absolutely adore co-ops. Like, they make me so happy because they have so many handmade things and eco-friendly things, and I just love it. I don't know if that's the witch in me or what, but I love it so much. So we went up there because my boyfriend, well, we both have allergies. And I have never had allergies in my life until I moved here. And now I do. So we went up there to get some local honey because it's kind of like an allergy vaccine. And if you eat the honey made from the local flowers, you're getting some of that pollen that's making you break out in sneezing fits. So this is the part that it gets really frustrating because once you start adding more flowers, like in these big bunches, then there's no place to twist them together. And I got really frustrated on the last one that I did. And gotta try and make it look as natural as possible. Dandelion leaves, I'm sorry. Daffodil leaves, you're getting in my way. For real. So, we had pancakes. I made us some tea with that honey that I bought specifically. And he doesn't really like honey, but I adore honey. And it came in a jar, like a glass jar. And that made me super happy. And it's the first time I've been able to use my wooden honey dipper since I bought it. So, see, now it's a little too small. So we can just take out, like just loosen it a little bit around everywhere because I don't want to deal with that mess per se. So that's better. But all these leaves I probably should have taken out because I look like a crazy person now. And I still have like a dozen flowers to do something with. So da, da, da. And I noticed that when I put it on, like that area is probably going to be the front just because it's so out there. Maybe if we put it off to the side like that. There we go. So I noticed that I can't really see any green flowers. So I'm going to put this one somewhere, hopefully where you can see it. The idea is to make them go both ways. Like, don't just, you know how you make a dandelion crown, where you just put them boom, 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 all going this way. With these, you kind of want to do this because it's going to make it more filled out and more natural looking. My little larkspur is not all the way bendable, and part of him is plastic instead of wire, so. Oh, got a little larkspur right here. And usually the leaves can slide up, but not on the larkspur because obviously that part is plastic and it doesn't come off. So, got him kind of snug in there. There's some bald spots here. So then I came home. Oh, sorry. I didn't get to that part yet. We ate breakfast, we drank our tea, and then we went for a walk in the park, and I used my really nice camera that he got me ages ago, probably 2 Christmases now. I think that's exactly when. And I took some photos of the ducks and the geese in the pond, and here we go back to his terrible childhood. He has never once been to feed ducks. So we're going back to feed the ducks. And I know that somewhere they were like, don't feed the ducks bread. I'm like, dude, those poor little fellas aren't going to live that long. It's like dessert to them. It's really bad, but everybody feeds them bread. And I saw last time we went to that park, we didn't go directly to see the ducks. Somebody came carrying a grocery bag full of 4 loaves of bread for those ducks. Like, those ducks are going to have diabetes by the end of this. But he's really concerned about not feeding the ducks bread, so we have to go get something else for the ducks to eat, I guess. But he has never once been to feed the ducks, so we got to make that happen. So we walked around, took some pictures, and then he had to work, so he's out working right now. And I stayed home and lit all my candles and cleaned the house and danced a lot. So this has been good. And then I just sat down and I'm like, wait a second, I should do this on camera so that everybody can listen to me jaw. So here we are. It's very nice and sunny outside. Oh yeah, I made some sun water too. I've been making moon water for quite a while now. It was one of those things that I probably could have made it when I first started this path, but I wasn't working with a moon goddess at the time. And I lived deep in the city, and I doubt I would have gotten any moon in the apartment that I was living in. So, I've only been actively making moon water for like 2 years. And it's crazy because coming up on, well, I guess technically Imbolc was the first holiday that I celebrated, I think. So, next Imbolc will be 4 years. You know, a lot of you have been practicing for 2 or 3 or 12 times that number. 10 times that number. Yeah, so maybe. But I just appreciate how much my life has changed since I started practicing and how many things that I've learned. It's actually really nice. And I'm coming on, new things to learn all the time. I know I bought runes. I'll try throwing runes. Another little sharp metal thing sticking out just scraped the back of my nail. And that was unexpectedly painful. Alright. So I need to do that. And I need to do so many things. Back to the sun water though. I hadn't actually started doing that until like last month because that's when the sun actually started coming out. And I was like, I'll get a jar for this. I painted it up. I don't think I showed you. But I painted it and I put a little strand of orange beads on there because ever since I've been working with Apollo, I've kind of tried to, well, all of them actually. Oh, and then this happens too. The heads fall off. Oh my god. Ever since I've been working with Apollo, I have tried to get him a dedicated color candle. And it was yellow at first, which is, it's fitting, sun god. And then I couldn't find yellow candles anywhere, so I substituted an orange candle. And just today, after I lit all of the candles, his orange candle burned all the way down. And now I absolutely need a new one for him. My Hades candle needs to be redone. I'm mostly just musing because what else am I going to do in this situation? You can't really see that it's almost done, actually. And then, of course, you're always going to have to keep messing with it. Like, every time you wear it, something's going to fall off. And you're going to have to readjust and clip and tie. It's just how it goes. So once this braid down here is actually quite thick, you'll be able to just poke new flowers in without really having to try so hard, I guess. And I never cut off any of the length just because you might need to reconfigure some things at one point or another. So, all right, one last flower. And apparently on those, the tiny flowers come off too, even though they were like a whole piece. I took off some of the greenery because it was just too much. Like, I'm keeping these so that we know that they're daffodils. My grandparents had a lot of daffodils in their yard. We had the white ones too, not just the yellow ones. They had a lot of flowers. We had creeping phlox. We had a bunch of lilacs, the white ones of those too, and I love lilacs. They remind me of the smell of hyacinth, and on that note, ever since I was working with Celine, I bought this hyacinth candle, and obviously, according to lore, you would think that Apollo would want the hyacinth candle. I think he likes it, but I've been giving it to Celine ever since we've been working together, and they smell so pretty. Mostly unlit, because some candles smell better not burning. Like, you'll be like, oh, this candle smells just like something, and then you burn it and you're like, it doesn't smell like anything now, and I kind of ruined my candle by putting a burn hole in it. So here we go. I don't know what this little thing is on the larkspur. It looks just like, it's like axolotl colored. It looks like rubber. All right. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're done. Let's see if it stabs me. All right. Ow, yeah, it's stabbing. Then you can kind of smush it around, and I think I made that too small. But it's not really, like, it's supposed to go on your head, but not way down. All right. Ah, how dare you? Of course that's going to happen. Where did you even come from, sir? Sir. I don't know where it came from. We're just going to stick it here. Maybe not. Yeah, we are. There we go. Ta-da! And some of them came out a little bit flat, but that's okay. So, you can really wear this whichever way you like, whichever flowers you want to stick out the most. So there is that. And I think it screams Beltane. That is just me, but I think it screams Beltane. So, it was going to be a wreath, but now it's like a really pretty headdress. So, yeah. All right, I hope everybody had a great time sitting here and watching me hurt myself. I mean, talk. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go back to cleaning the house. And maybe bake something, because I'm feeling the need to bake something. That is a lot of yellow. I guess I should have spaced it. We'll just... Ow. There. I look like a cattail princess. Like, these look like cattail things to me. Dude, I could have put some cattails in. They would have fit right in. I don't think the dollar store had cattails for sale. But it's like spiky and, oh, it's everywhere. I'm a little flower Statue of Liberty. I'm going with Cattail Princess, though, because that's kind of great, and Swamp Princess. All right, I'm going to stop talking now. Everybody have a lovely Beltane, and I love seeing your faces. I'll see you later.